Now, originally, I was going to try to work on, something Surge related, because why not? I was just in the mood to talk about Surge to Tenrek, and mainly because she was like, you know, just down bad in my head, and that's kind of the reason why. And honestly, you still gonna get something Surge related, because I made a meme where she kind of mistook Jay for Sonic, because they're both blue, so there's that. So expect that in the coming, I don't know, hours or so. But still, nonetheless, though, I thought a bit more important than talking about her electrical booty is more important to talk about the fact that people are just embarrassed these days, easily embarrassed. I was looking at a post where people were talking about how Skullgirls got censored and all that stuff, and you already know how I feel about it. I obviously don't like the change. I think it's dumb to change a game that has been like that for so many years, and just the fact that obviously they did that just to, appease people, to try to make it look like a real fighting game now, when it's always was a real fighting game. It was a fighting game made by the community of fighting game people, and you just came through and changed it up and thinking that, oh, modern sensibilities and all that stupid shit. And the fact that they just did that is just, again, really ridiculous and dumb as hell. But I was looking through the comments of that post, and essentially one person was basically talking about it, and it was like, I want to give it a try, but honestly, I'm embarrassed to play the damn game because I don't want people to call me out for it. And I just see that comment, that style of comment really, all the time. And it's like, whether it's anime, oh, I want to get into anime, but I don't want to be called a weirdo or something like that. Or, oh man, I really want to play this game, but then I don't want people to think I'm a gooner or something like that. And many different instances where that has been the case. And I have one thing to say about that, which is obviously, who the hell cares? Like, I'm just going to keep very much say, you're probably going to get called a gooner anyway. You're probably going to be called some, weirdo anyway, by just being in some random space of time, because you're on the internet and everybody basically get labeled something anyway. So it doesn't really effing matter. You're gonna have to just, accept that that's what people are gonna just do and call you out for, and then just go about your day, because literally it does not matter. And every time I see comments like that, it's just like, bro, are you mean to tell me people are that damn worried about their whole status as a human being, and their status just online, just in general, because they're gonna get called weird or get called something else, and just think that's the end all be all of their whole reputation? Bitch, you can't really have a reputation if you never get called anything. Like, I'm just gonna keep very much stacked. Who cares? In the end of the day, no one knows who the hell you are for the most part, and when it comes down to it, it's just like a so what situation. And even if you're not gonna necessarily jump into those games or anime or whatever, there's probably, again, gonna be a point in time where somebody gonna call you all those other phrases for something else, and that's just gonna be how it is. So it doesn't really matter the name calling and what people are gonna call you. Just do the thing that you want to do, right? It's just, again, it doesn't make a lot of sense, and it's always weird. You could be a person that just regularly like Pokemon or something like that, and immediately somebody could be like, well, everybody that plays Pokemon or interacts with anything Pokemon related, you are all some type of bestiality having ass people. And that may not be you, but screw it, that's what people are gonna probably say any damn way. And that's the whole point. It doesn't really matter what people say, especially on the internet, because people's words, for the most part, unless they're trying to tell you something that's actually true, or trying to have a stance on something, which, depending on how that stance go, it really, doesn't matter what people honestly say. You could be into all sorts of things, and at the end of the day, nothing's really gonna change. You could be down bad for Vaporeon. Is that the blue Pokemon? I don't know. I don't watch Pokemon. I don't really care for it. Wait, is that the blue one? Because I seen a statue where they have cake, and I'm very much surprised by that, but also probably would clap as well. And you could be down bad for literally like any Sonic character if you want to be. You could be down bad for literally basically anything that you really want, and at the end of the day, people are gonna call you for that. But should that stop you? Because, oh man, I got called for that, gosh darn it. It's just, I just wasn't, expecting that. Who cares? Who honestly cares? Bitch, do they help you? Do they do anything for you? No. So why the hell do you care what another person's opinion is gonna mean? that's literally sometimes, or even the responses I see when people talk about Genshin, and to just be like, oh, I really want to jump in, or I would like to give it a try, but I don't want to necessarily be known to be a part of that Genshin community. For the most part, you're not going to be known in that damn community, honestly, unless you're trying to be, and then that's a whole different story, because at that point you're trying to be, and you know, it is what it is. But for the most part, you're not going to be lumped into it, because you're not necessarily just, you know, someone that people will know. Like, I'm gonna play the game, and then at the very same time, you still don't have to interact with the community ever. So, you know, it doesn't really matter. Again, people just will say shit just to say shit just because they can. That doesn't necessarily mean it's completely true. You got, like, basically, if you know, get called out on some type of nonsense, you're gonna have Sonic bust through your house and F your favorite character while staring at you. And honestly, that's kind of a low-key kind of a reference to literally all the fan art I've seen of Sonic just going to different universes and clapping different women. Why is this a thing that he just does in fan art? I got no clue. I can equally say the same thing about Sage getting clapped by literally everybody else as well for some reason, and that just kind of, I guess, a thing that she just does now. But the simple point of the video is just simply stop giving a damn about what people say and what they might call you, because I promise you, there is so many people that could probably do some cool shit, only for them to basically halt in their tracks because they don't necessarily know how people will perceive them or things of sort like that. Once you realize people's words don't have that hard of an effect on you, and once you realize it doesn't really matter what people think or say about you, you will easily get way more over the hill than they could ever possibly do. The fact that they're judgmental in the first place pretty much shows you who's absolutely just in the wrong here. Who needs to have a more open mind here? Is it really you, or is it the people that keep trying to judge other people for other nonsensical reasons? Like, really think about that. So if you want to jump into certain things, go ahead. Honestly, as long as it's not hurting anybody or anything like that, then just have fun and do what the hell you want to do. Because at the end of the day, bitch, you're living one time. If I'm gonna live one time, I'm gonna do the things I would like to very much do. So that's just me, honestly. And for me, I just want to jump into some 10 react cheeks. But that's essentially all I really want to say for this one. So hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, be sure to like, share, subscribe. We're almost close to 4K, so let's go ahead and hit that so we get to 5K, and I can drop one of those Kashin Pain Pan pictures, because I know some people have been asking for it for years now, and so I like to drop that, at least one of them. So, you know, there's that. Then we hit 10K, then I'll drop the other one. But still, nonetheless, hopefully you still, you know, join me on this journey. And also, if you'd like to just subscribe, please do. And also, Kofi and Cash App is available as well for the donation. And as well, you can follow me on Twitter and Blue Sky if you'd like to. And until then, it's me, your boy Jay, sign off. Have a blessed day.